Welcome back to the Michael Cohen Show. On our journey, our continued journey to 250,000 subscribers. Now, my friends, is not the time to unsubscribe, but rather to subscribe and share with friends, because every single day for the remaining 68 days before inauguration, things are happening. Things need to be discussed. As for example, yesterday, new cabinet appointments were released. Most notably, Elon Musk's new department, a Fox and Friends host as defense secretary, and the possibility, or in fact, the nomination of Alina Habba as Trump's press secretary. So the first thing I want to do is I want to talk about Elon Musk. All right. And here is a statement that Trump put out. I'm pleased to announce that the great Elon Musk, working in conjunction with American patriot Vivek Ramaswamy, will lead the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, which is interesting because that's also the name of a Bitcoin, or I should say a crypto coin. And together, these two wonderful Americans will pave the way for my administration to dismantle government bureaucracy, slash excess regulations, cut wasteful expenditures, and restructure federal agencies essential to the Save America movement. This will send shockwaves through the system and anyone involved in government waste, which is a lot of people, stated Mr. Musk. All right, let me go one step further here. All right. I think it's important to also express the fact that as I watch mainstream, or as Trump would call it, lamestream media, along with cable news, that everybody, all these pundits, they have opinions on each and every one of these appointments. And let me be clear. I know many of them. I've dealt with many of them. It doesn't matter what we think of them. These are people that are going to be in the administration because Donald Trump, the victor in the 2024 election, has nominated them to be a part of their administration. And so as we sit there and as these folks continue to use their crystal ball to make determinations as to how they're going to be, what they're going to be, what the policies are going to be, that's why this program is so important. Because we will call out the reality as it comes to us, not guess and then spend time trying to keep you in. We're not here with 3, 4, 5 hours of news cycle each and every day. We're here for bits and pieces. We will take the information, dissect it so that you get all the necessary information that you need in order to make your evaluation of whether it's going right or it's going wrong. So there's a second part to that. Let's put that up. It will become potentially the Manhattan Project of our time, referring to to years ago and also to the movie. Republican politicians have dreamed about the objectives of DOGE for a very long time. To drive this kind of drastic change, the Department of Government Efficiency will provide advice and guidance from outside of government and will partner with the White House and Office of Management and Budget to drive large-scale structural reform and create an entrepreneurial approach to government never seen before. Let's continue. I look forward to Elon and Vivek making changes to the federal bureaucracy with an eye on efficiency and, at the same time, making life better for all Americans. Importantly, we will drive out the massive waste and fraud which exists throughout our annual $6.5 trillion of government spending. They will work together to liberate our economy and make the United States government accountable to we, the people. Their work will conclude no later than July 4th of 2026. A smaller government with more efficiency and less bureaucracy will be the perfect gift to America on the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence. I am confident they will succeed. Now, I want to turn around and I just want to bring to your attention during the first administration when they were dealing with the COVID package, with the COVID relief funds. If you Google this, you'll see that there's about $1 trillion. $1 trillion. We're not talking about $100 or even $1 million or even $1 billion. We're talking about like $1 trillion that was mismanaged, that's still missing, that nobody knows where the money even went. Could you imagine this? Sure, I'm all for government efficiency. Do I think Elon Musk can effectuate that with the help of Vivek Ramaswamy? I don't know. Maybe yes, maybe no. Time will tell, and that will be extremely important as this country goes forward in the midterm elections, all right, in 2026. Now, I want to show you a clip of Elon talking to Tucker Carlson about our federal agencies. Play the clip.
I kind of like those. It's more fun. We just take a look at all the federal agencies and say, do we really need whatever it is, 428 federal agencies? Like, there's so many that people have never even heard of, and that have overlapping areas of responsibility. We should, I don't know, I mean, there are more federal agencies than there are years since the establishment of the United States, which means that we've created more than one federal agency per year on average. That seems a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. So we should have, that seems crazy. I think we should be able to get away with 99 agencies. I don't know. That seems a lot like a lot of agencies.
It's a lot. Yeah. 2 per state. That's a lot.
Yeah, exactly. We should have fewer agencies, and they certainly shouldn't have overlapping responsibilities. And then we need some kind of, we just need a review of regulations to say which ones are sensible and which ones are not. Because if you've got regulators every year, they're going to add more regulations, just automatic. Like they just output regulations, and there's more laws and regulations every year until basically everything's legal, so we can't get anything done. So we need some kind of garbage collection for regulations that don't make sense.
Interesting concept. You know, I like to say I agree with him. I'd like to say I disagree with what he's saying. Here's what I do know. We will all know whether the dismantling of government as we know it will be better for us or worse. I agree that there are certain federal agencies that overlap. Absolutely. Is getting rid of the Department of Education? Is that one of the agencies that he wants to dismantle? I don't know. We've heard that come out of the Trump administration, or I should say the Trump campaign's mouths. Who knows? But I want to show you also Pete Hegseth, who, as you may know, was just picked. He's a Fox and Friends host, and he's been chosen to lead as the defense secretary. Now, here's a clip of him talking about how women should not be in the Army. Play the clip.
I'm straight up just saying we should not have women in combat roles. It hasn't made us more effective, hasn't made us more lethal, has made fighting more complicated. We've all served with women, and they're great. It just, our institutions don't have to incentivize that in places where not traditionally, over human history, men in those positions are more capable.
Sure. And maybe next we should also say women shouldn't be allowed to run for government, right? I mean, it's kind of men are more capable. History has shown. In fact, 47 out of 47 presidents have all been men, right? Maybe women shouldn't even allowed to be CEOs of corporations. Maybe. What say you, Pete? You see, again, this entire incoming administration is fraught with this sort of misogynistic and sexist undertones. And it's wrong. It's wrong. You don't want women to be listen, like I said, there are women out there. I mean, would you fight Ronda Rousey? Would you fight Chris Cyborg? I think the answer to that is not unless you need to have your head examined. Even you, Pete. I'm pretty sure you wouldn't want to get into the ring with them. But I'm just saying. Now, here's a clip saying the more educated that you are, the dumber you are. You can't make this stuff up. Play the clip.
alma mater. I have a new rule. The more elite the university and advanced that a graduate is, the dumber they are. The less likely I am to trust them. If you went to the Ivy League, prove to me that you have any common sense at all.
You went Ivy League, right?
Yes, and I sent one of my degrees back
Okay,
for a reason.
Time out. Oh, Pete. It's comments like this that really make me wonder whether or not Donald was justified in choosing you for anything, because you know who went to an Ivy League school? Yes, I know my daughter. No. Donald Trump, same school, University of Pennsylvania. So the more educated that you are, the dumber you are. It's a pretty stupid statement. Now, lastly, I want to talk about Alina Habba, who's been nominated to be press secretary. Here's a clip of her. By the way, you've heard me say this before on this show and others. I knew she was going to be press secretary. She looks the Trump part for it. She's, mouthy. She stays on message for Trump, which is the most important thing, something completely opposite of Sean Spicer, who used to fumble over every word, or even Kellyanne Conway, who would talk more facts and her opinions as opposed to Trump position. Alina is exactly the press secretary that Donald needs. This is one that you should not be arguing with, because she's going to do exactly as a press secretary what he wants. Play the clip.
Let's talk about the possibility and reports that you might be the president's press secretary. Any truth to it?
I leave it to the president and 3 people that are on my board of directors. That's Luke, Chloe, and Parker, my children. Everybody will know in time.
All right, now I got to go in a little harder. Have there been any discussions about it?
Sean, you know me better than that. You would never have me on primetime if I answered questions like that. Look, President Trump has put together an amazing cabinet. I'm really proud of the work that him and his transition team have done. I think when we look at everybody, they are killing it on all fronts. America's excited for, frankly, sorry to use Mrs. Waltz's term, but turn a page. It's time to turn the page. It's time to have advocacy for America first. And whatever that looks like for President Trump and his team, I trust it. It's a decision for all of them to make, not me.
All right, serious question. If you were asked to serve in that role or any other role, would you?
I am very loyal to President Trump. I would think about it very seriously.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I said, spot on. It's the exact answer that Donald would want to hear. And so, my friends, like I said at the very beginning, this is now the time for you to be sharing this program and others with your friends, because this is where you're going to get both sides of the aisle truth. All right? Yeah. I'm disappointed to hear Pete's comments. I'm actually, as I had said, I had called Alina Habba as press secretary, and Elon Musk, this is one that we just don't know. So you're not going to get some one-sided, dimensional, myopic view. You're going to get an analysis of facts, and some facts from somebody who's actually been there and knows this cast of characters better than anybody. All right? So stay tuned. Just stay energized, all right? Stay focused, because we have a lot to talk about. And again, as always, thanks for listening. Hey, everyone. First of all, thanks for watching. I mean, we're going to be posting daily episodes with reactions and talking about politics. We'll be talking about everything, in fact. So please like and subscribe. Join us on this journey.